Exclusive. Government's Israel stance sparks outrage among Australian Palestinian and Muslim communities. Leaked documents reveal a stark warning issued by Australia's Department of Home Affairs to the government last November, highlighting the deep anger and betrayal felt by Palestinian and Muslim Australians in response to what they perceived as overwhelmingly pro-Israel rhetoric during the devastating Gaza conflict. The internal memo painted a picture of widespread community outrage, with concerns extending far beyond mere dissatisfaction. The department explicitly stated that the government's perceived bias fueled intense feelings of extreme anger, hurt, and betrayal within these communities, raising serious alarms about the potential for escalating social unrest and fracturing national cohesion. The warning wasn't just based on anecdotal evidence. The department cited direct pleas from community leaders for more balanced statements from the government, emphasizing the palpable fear of a surge in Islamophobia and hate speech. Even the government's subsequent announcement of a $7 million aid package, partially allocated to media outlets such as AAP and SBS to counter misinformation, met with a disappointingly lukewarm reception. This lukewarm response underscores the depth of the disconnect between government policy and the lived experiences of Australia's Palestinian and Muslim communities. The inadequate nature of the government's response only served to further inflame existing tensions. The $7 million package, earmarked to support impacted communities, was met with criticism and accusations of disproportionate allocation. While a significant portion, $3 million, was granted to AAP and SBS to combat disinformation surrounding the conflict, a considerably larger sum, $25 million, was directly channeled to the Executive Council of Australian Jewry. This decision, heavily scrutinized during Senate estimates in mid-2024, sparked widespread frustration among Palestinian groups who viewed it as grossly inadequate and reflective of a biased approach. The disparity in funding allocation, critics argue, further solidified the perception of a government prioritizing one side of the conflict over the concerns and needs of the affected Palestinian and Muslim communities within Australia. The Department of Home Affairs' internal communications, however, aren't the only source revealing the government's delicate balancing act. The department has previously faced harsh criticism from the political right, notably from figures like Liberal MP Alex Antic, for initiating over 500 requests to social media companies for the removal of COVID-19 misinformation. This episode highlights the political sensitivities surrounding government intervention in online discourse. The government's handling of the Gaza conflict has further exposed it to criticism from diverse political factions. In the past 18 months, the opposition has relentlessly attacked the Albanese government over its response to escalating anti-Semitic incidents across Australia. Accusations of neglecting Israel's needs in the region have been particularly vociferous, intensified following Australia's divergence from the US in a December UN vote advocating for an end to Israel's unlawful presence in the occupied Palestinian territory as rapidly as possible. This controversial vote further fueled the opposition's attack, painting the government as insufficiently supportive of Israel and simultaneously neglecting the concerns of the Palestinian and Muslim communities within Australia. The government finds itself navigating a treacherous political landscape, caught between the competing demands and concerns of different segments of the Australian population, with its handling of this complex issue under intense scrutiny. The internal documents leaked only add fuel to the already intense political firestorm. The government's response, or lack thereof, will undoubtedly shape the narrative of its handling of this sensitive and highly emotive issue for years to come. The coming months will be crucial in assessing whether the government can effectively address the deep-seated concerns and grievances within the Palestinian and Muslim communities, while maintaining a balanced approach to foreign policy. The lack of trust already established casts a long shadow over any future reconciliation attempts.